He's not dead. But he'll wish he was when those two barge in on him.
Who is he?
His name is Al.
No, I mean, what's he do?
He imports diamonds.
Oh, damn, I hope he's not dead. He bought the farm.
What farm?
Blanche, tell us about your date last night.
All I can tell you is Mr. Ted Tanner is quite a man, quite a man. He suits me to a G.
You mean to a T?
No, I don't think so, then.
Bandit. I ought to write that in my book, that lie. What you think, Rose? What page are you on?
Well, to tell you the truth, Blanche, I don't understand any of this. It doesn't seem to make any sense.
That makes sense. Since when are you a literary critic, Rose Nyland?
Well, I'm not.
You're from Minnesota. What have you read, for God's sake?
That's right.
There's nothing sadder than your daughter losing it before you do.
Look, Ma, I'm not going to mail it. I just read somewhere that you can settle your feelings about someone even after they're gone. And there were a lot of things I never told Pop while he was alive. I never even got to say goodbye, so I'm getting all this stored up emotion out in a...
Say, check off Wheel of Fortune.
Well, that's because he has his own late-night talk show now.
Oh, yeah, right. The man spins a big wooden wheel for 8 years. Suddenly, he's discussing détente with Henry Kissinger. What else happened lately? Mike Tyson hosting Masterpiece Theater?
Now,
Oh, thank you, Blanche. That was a great idea.
It's great bringing two idiots closer together.
I think that's the motto of the St. Olaf Telephone Company.
I'm getting nervous. Just think to
Florida. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Thank you for flying in Florida. I hope you enjoyed your flight.
oh, I certainly did. And I want to especially thank you for that pillow from first class. They're so much fluffier.
Oh, you're welcome. But that was Julie. I'm the one that got you the Dramamine and the packs of Smokehouse almonds.
Can I...
A dozen plum tomatoes and one moron to do all the work for you.
Good morning, ladies, and welcome to our show. I'm Guy Corbin, and this morning I've arranged something especially for you. Fresh ground coffee and prune Danish. Tiffany, why don't you tell them all about it right now?
You know I'm here. When are you coming to bed, Blanche?
in a minute.
What are you doing?
I am contouring my eyebrows. I use Miss Christy Brinkley as a guide because we have exactly the same bone structure.
Pussycat, I've been working on some jokes for your act. Why did Rose throw the alarm clock out of the window?
I don't know, Ma, why?
Because she's a moron.
Well, I think that completes the puzzle.
Wait a second. Why are you asking me questions about our family? Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. You talk to my doctor.
I'm dying for your opinion on my movie. Come on, it's all set up in the living room. I didn't get the soundtrack in yet, but I did get the editing done. Now remember, this would be better with a bigger TV.
Yeah, we know.
And it'd be better with music.
We understand.
And of course it'd be better
It would be better with Shelley Hackrose. Just turn it on.
Here goes.
Well, Mrs. Claxton isn't going to have a funeral. She had no friends and no relatives.
Then we'll pop for her funeral.
Why?
To show the man upstairs that we have some regard for human life.
No, no, no. It's an old Sicilian custom. It's good luck to bury somebody you hate.
I'm just thinking out loud, but isn't Atlanta where the Center for Disease Control is?
Coincidence.
Hey, these are all right. When I look through them backwards, you actually look demure.
how expensive health care is for the elderly. You know, some folks have lost their life savings. I mean, people ought to write their congressman or something. In fact, I am so touched. When you cut my check, don't make it out to me.
That's beautiful, Blanche.
Make it out to Hal by Robert.
Why can't grief take a holiday?
Oh, it does, Rose, it does. Eventually it comes to Miami like everyone else. Oh, my God. I don't believe it. Barry Glick is in town. Oh, I haven't seen him since high school.
Well, it's a great idea. The pictures are just an intimate way to let a fella know he's the one and only man in your life. I've done it 20, 30 times.
Oh, Dorothy, how would you feel about a birthday present of a picture of me in sexy lingerie?
But you were pulling my leg.
I don't think I could drink that much sake.
Sit down. Maria Gianelli, Rose Nyland, Rose Nyland? Rose, what are you...
You seem a little insensitive.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose,
I can't sleep.
try counting sheep.
I
With
can't.
hot flashes, who still lives with her mother, who heckles her. And I want to thank you for finding my life more amusing than I did. Good night, thank you.
There, and they will need protection. They can pay me or fly in the sun.
That is a terrible thing to do to your neighbors.
I'll cut you in for half.
We should also sell visors. There's a man on our lawn. Get them. A man who is open, caring, honest, who has eyes only for me.
Pussycat, you got your roast beef. Don't push it.
That was the hospital. Stevens had a heart attack. And tailing me at the supermarket. Now, enough is enough. You have an unhealthy, obsessive love for me. Honey, you need professional help.
Mrs. Devereaux, I don't have those feelings for you.
Oh.
Bye, all.
Oh, girls, I am so excited. Now that Al's retired, we'll have so much time together.
He's really pretty special to you, isn't he?
Oh, he's more than special. I think I'm falling for him.
Well, name Petrillo.
I take offense of that. No one in my family ever left a body to be found.
Okay, agreed we weren't going to read any more of Rose's diary.
That was only because we couldn't pry the lock off again. Then I remembered we had these pliers in the tool drawer. Gangway, old people coming through. What is all this butts? Anyway, we had a terrible fight about her quitting school. She told me to stay out of her life, and she ran off to Paris to become a model. She swore she would never speak to me again, and she hasn't either till today.
Well, that sounds like it's all in the past now.
Oh, I hope so. I have...
I thought, Mama, that we could go down there, and once you see these places are legitimate, you won't be so upset.
I don't want to go to a place like that. It's too embarrassing. What if one of the neighbors saw me going in? What would they think?
Apparently so.
I really appreciate all this.
Would you like to see pictures of him?
Very much.
Well,
Well, yeah.
I guess this is it.
right.
Think you might like a little company tonight? You know what he said? Maybe some other time, Blanche. Can you believe that? Maybe some other time.
Blanche, that doesn't seem so mean.
He had the band spell it out on the field.
And Dorothy, too, then with Mrs. Claxton and...
Oh, Blanche, now you were dreaming.
I am telling you, this house is possessed by her spirit.
Morning.
Oh, Sophia, listen. Last night in the middle of the night, about 2 in the morning, did you hear some awful, terrible, ghastly sounds?
Heard him, I made him. There's a reason they put expiration dates on cottage cheese. My kingdom.
But I won the bidding at the auction.
I understand that, but there's nothing you can say to make me change my mind.
You owe me $500.
How about Thai food?
That sounds great.
Wait. I said I'm not going to go, and I am not going to go. It's just that, well, you have different intentions than I do.
It's not my...
Okay? Now, take another. Come on. Now, how about one more? That wasn't so hard. How does it feel?
So many years inside. Cup of tea.
Oh, sure as candy. Anything you want, sweetheart.
Dorothy, come on, you have to start being nice to her, otherwise she's not going to give us that money.
Look, you ask her for it. She wouldn't refuse you.
You've got to do it, Dorothy. It would break Mama's heart if she knew I was a failure. To her, I have the business sense of a Rockefeller, the looks of a Gary Cooper.
Her mother was a slut, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we all join his son, his daughter, and his new bride, Candy, in wishing many returns of the day to our friend and patron for 40...
Not where you parked it
I'm
again.
telling you, it's been stolen. I'm going to call the cops.
Hold it, Rose. Don't call the police.
How come?
Because they told you never to call again. Call the neighborhood patrol. If it actually was stolen, one of their cars will probably spot it.
The phone book is missing.
The car's missing? The phone?
It was an accident. A delicious accident.
Well, Ma, I just can't do it now. I'm going to be teaching that honors program class, and it's going to be a challenge. I'm going to have students who know that Chekhov is a brilliant Russian playwright, not the guy who was the navigator on the Enterprise.
In 2 hours.
Well, that's because we need promotion.
You know Blanche is right. It doesn't matter how good your product is, you have to know how to promote it. That sure was the case with Fritz Vanderhoeven, who owned the St. Olaf Motor Coach Company.
They built a car in St. Olaf?
They sure did.
I have.
You know, I think you have a point there, Rose.
Why, sure, you worked with the senior citizens, you put in time at the daycare center, and you were the volunteer dummy for the fireman CPR class.
And don't forget that program was my idea, too. Well, maybe you're right. I might have a small chance. After all, besides you, who else is there?
I don't get it. When we're on the dance floor, it feels like we're made for each other. But tonight, with all these brilliant friends at the party, I felt like a fish out of water. Oh, sure, I didn't flop around on the floor with my eyes bulging out, gasping for air. I haven't done that at a party.
Baby in Boca Raton. It's the only one.
And somebody told me he just bought a farm. Oh, my God, what'll I say to her?
That he died in the bed of an idiot.
You tell the truth.
Well, I can't tell her the truth. I can't tell her where he died.
Great news. I got a date. Well, excuse me for trying to have a life.
It's high school?
Try 70.
I'll be the oldest mother. What I always loved about my children was everybody thought I was their sister. My body will never come back from this one.
It barely came back from the last one.
This is too depressing. I'm going back to bed.
Baby.
She's for you to come out of your room. I didn't say it was all right for you to talk to me.
You know, I'm kind of an expert in basketball. I mean, it's one of the interesting things about me.
Please, you've lived here for 2 months. There's nothing interesting about you.
I mean it. Ask me anything.
All right? When the hell are you moving out?
You kill me.
Oh, well, that's understandable. I mean, the possibilities are overwhelming.
Exactly. The Johanssons wanted to pickle the herring, and the Lindstroms wanted to train him for the circus.
Weren't they kind of hard to see riding on the elephants? Oh, I didn't tell you my really good news.
Better than the dead mother-in-law?
Yes. George's younger brother, Jamie, is flying in tomorrow from Charleston to help settle my part of the estate.
You and Jamie were close?
Well, we were classmates in high school. I thought he was cute, but of course I could never date someone from my own class.
Rose's diary.
And she wrote some terrible things about us in there. About you? I didn't write anything about you. I didn't even know you when I kept that diary.
What are you talking about?
That was my 4-H diary. I kept it one summer when I raised 2 pigs for the county fair.
Now, wait a minute. Don't think I don't know what you all are getting at. You think the advice I gave was bad just because it devastated 4 lives.
Blanche, when are you going to realize you have to be responsible? This isn't a game. You're playing around with the emotions of real human beings.
I've made a decision. I'm going to go see Tony.
Don't do that. Now you have him right where you...
We'll look into this first thing Monday morning.
It can't wait.
You're right. We'll do something immediately. We'll fill out a form. Must be one in here somewhere. It's okay. Sexual discrimination, sexual education, sexual harassment. Okay.
Boy, cheesecake, that sounds great.
Why don't we just go sit out on the lanai.
Goodbye, sugar. Have a good trip and call me as soon as you get home. will ya?
Bye. Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Catholic. I can't spread a wise man on a Ritz cracker.
The man said he wants to lie naked with you on a beach.
Sure, and I wrote him I want to make passionate love to him in a hammock, suspended between 2 magnolia trees. You know, that couldn't possibly happen.
Well, maybe if you lose a few pounds.
Shut up.
In our line of work, too. Now, what do you see?
I see an angel.
Very good. How about this one?
I see a dove perched upon the throne of God.
Excellent. And this?
I see the Blessed Mother smiling sweetly as she pours love upon the...
Then they went out and got a real neighborhood nymphomaniac to play. But Susan said, she said, well, Rose is somebody I like a lot. She's kind of a character that I really love. And Jay, are you saying you're upset because the reunion went great and your sorority sisters look wonderful?
Well, of course not, Rose. That would be childish. I am upset because I was not the center of attention and nobody said I was the prettiest.
Oh, come on now, Blanche. I mean, what difference does it make?
Oh, Dorothy, you could...
I'm sorry. I'm just so worried about Dorothy. I keep remembering how bad it was the last time she let this gambling thing take over her life. There was nothing I could do. That's when she hit bottom.
What happened?
Because of her gambling debts, she had to borrow money from loan...
Mom! Say, Rose, look, now, I'm not making any promises, but how would you like to take a look at that Blanche Devereaux room?
Really? I'd love to.
Come on, let's go. By the way, what's your name? That last remark was the reason I did
No matter what you do, everything stays where it's supposed to. Now, when you lean over, it looks like somebody's let the air out of your face.
What?
Honey, lean over a mirror sometime and take a look at yourself.
Where's a mirror?
There's one in the tool drawer.
You look more like a chicken when you're angry. Your neck sticks out. Rose, it doesn't matter. I was beautiful. That was the point. I was breathtaking. Even more breathtaking than I am today. But my beauty was not everything, my mama said. My destiny was to be more than...
Ma, what are you doing?
I'm giving the leftover meatloaf for Thrilled. What do you think? It's hot as hell in here.
Close it before the food spoils.
Okay. You've been tossing and turning all night. What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Don't you break a commandment in this room.
What commandment? Thou shalt not toss and turn?
No, thou shalt not lie.
That's not a commandment.
Really? That doesn't make it...
Ma, I can't believe you lied to me.
Oh, come off it, Dorothy. I've been lying to you all your life. Did you ever get that yellow pony I promised you when you were 6?
You're not taking this accident very seriously.
No one was hurt. Besides, it was the other guy's fault. I have a witness.
Your witness is Mr. Pignoli. He's legally blind.
He'll say what I tell him.
The one who won the tickets.
Yeah, well, my mom's the one who's bailing us out.
I lost Butter Queen. Haven't I suffered enough?
We'll draw straws.
No.
We'll flip a coin.
No! Sophia, we had this all settled. Now try and be understanding.
Understanding? I came down here to bail you out and you're still not letting me go?
Ma, will you stop complaining?
I gotta run. Bye-bye.
Hi, Rose. Hi, Blanche.
Honey, is something wrong?
Well, it's Miles. Lately he's gotten, I don't know.
Morning.
Morning. Dorothy, taste this.
Oh, Ma, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Smells fine to me. I don't know why they were calling it.
Here, and hit those books.
If you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to...
3 different suitors beg her to stay, but she can't decide who to choose, so she chooses none of them. But she agrees to meet with them at the same resort many years later. To her trio of suitors, that eventful gathering was referred to as Rendezvous with Sophia.
I'm glad it was red wine and not white.
Why? White's easy to get out.
I know, but I spilled some red meat on this jacket at lunch, and I wouldn't want your dry cleaner to think I was gauche. Oh, thanks.
I think I'll run along now. Nice meeting you, Mr. John Quinn.
Thank you. Same here. Blanche,
Devereaux. Good night.
Where have you been? You know what time it is?
9 o'clock.
In your dreams. You take the wrong bus again? Never mind, you didn't miss anything.
What do you think you're doing?
I think I'm crocheting, but to tell you the God's honest truth, I wouldn't swear to it.
Didn't him. Offering to make him dinner just made you look too easy.
Please, black underwear and pasties couldn't make me look easy.
Oh, Barbara, please, come in.
Oh, hello.
These are my friends. That's Blanche.
This part needs a little work. And then now here's the chorus. It ain't gonna worry me for long. It ain't gonna worry me for long. I'll get up in the morning and I'll still be singing my song.
No, you're talking about us, and it bothers me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. I mean, how big a man is shouldn't make or break a relationship.
Not a word, Blanche. Rose, you were involved in a...
I thought since you looked like Yoda, you were also wise.
Here it is. I needed to know when Blanche's real birthday was so I could throw her a party. So I got copies of her birth certificate, her DM...
Blanche, Your picture's in the paper, and there's a big article about the Citrus Festival.
What's it say? What's it say?
Miami will be busy this weekend with 10 major conventions. Listen to this. The highlight being the Citrus Festival Ball.
She'll be buried in an unmarked grave in a potter's field.
Gee, that's too bad. Any more of that cheesecake?
Ange, how can you be so callous?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pretend to be in mourning. Mrs. Claxton worked overtime at being a horrible, nasty woman.
Yeah, Blanche is right. I mean, that's why nobody wants to go to her funeral.
Oh, my nose!
Ma, quit listening at the door. I'm flying my mother's sister, Angela, over from Sicily.
And she's bringing the surprise?
Why didn't you tell me it was Father Leahy?
Well, I assumed you knew.
No, I didn't. I mean, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, well, me too. Well, what difference does it make? We can still be...
And he might even start looking for somebody to replace his first wife.
Yes, she might.
He might even be looking for ways to feel a little bit younger.
Yes, he certainly might.
But, Daddy, is that any reason to get married? Just cause some pretty sexy, bouncy, bubbly young...
Hard way.
Kenny, come here. What's with this clown business? Couldn't you be a lawyer and just hang out with clowns?
Oh, I know it sounds a little odd, Mrs. Petrillo, but right now I'm just burned out on law. Frankly, at this point, I think I can contribute more to the world in big red shoes and a spinning bow tie and carrying a little umbrella.
Dorothy, this is unbelievable. Look at this.
Heart surgeon turns out to be produce manager at A&P.
Further over.
Miami retailers to sponsor songwriting contest?
The Miami retailers are awarding $10,000 to the person who...
More time. It's been 4 years. Well, I need 5 more minutes. I just need 4 years and 5 minutes.
All right, I'm coming. Hi. You're Blanche's daughter, the model. What? We can't learn from history? It was mid-century in a disillusioned Italy. Look to the House of Savoy for leadership. Giuseppe Garibaldi, our courageous leader, and not a bad dresser, thought, let's regain some national pride and jump into this Crimean War thing.
In your own words, Mrs. Petrillo, the words of a beautiful, dignified person who's got a wild bod for a chick her age. What kind of person is your daughter?
She put me in a home.
The first night on the ship.
A life jacket and a great big smile.
Of Mario.
Oh, Rose, did you make enough for 3 of us?
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, good. Well, I'll save yours for when you finish rotating my tires.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Sam Burns. I'm a friend of Blanche's.
Oh, yeah, come on in.
No, don't.
Daughter.
She's not.
No. You are our daughter.
Please ignore him. The man spent 90 days on the high seas drinking grain alcohol from a goat bladder.
Dominique speaking the truth. After Gina...
Rose Blanche is that little floozy.
You mean he? She's at the 50, the 40, the 30.
Blanche, it's you! Oh, you're getting so good at that, Rose. Now, who's that over there?
Now he tells me that he's going to serve wild duck and crayfish. They come from the wetlands. It's like holding a Save the Whales function on a Japanese trawler.
Is there an open bar?
You know, Ma, that's part of the problem. Nobody cares.
John.
In Queens, it's called shotgun.
Well, maybe that's why he left, because you forced him into it.
Rose, he left me 38 years later for a stewardess that he met on a business trip to Hawaii. It was her first flight. They said on arrival, give the passengers a lay. She got to put her away.
She sure did. But sometimes it takes something like this to bring you back together again. But you've got to be strong for her. She needs you.
I think she needs you too.
Acts of Swan. It's amazing.
What's amazing?
Dorothy.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Listen to this. If I were truly free, O fire of my loins, I'd take you to a paradise in the sun where we could lie naked, bronze body against...
You're kidding! Please, there's a natural build to these kind of stories. Sorry. So, finally, the race was underway. I start off slow. I'm cagey, like a panther. But when the time is right, I pounce. The crowd is on its feet. Sophia, Sophia.
The chambermaid. He always had the sign on the door, maid service requested. He slept with everyone. Secretaries, school teachers, babysitters, neighbors, friends. One Easter, we gave our little boy some rabbits. They used to look at Al in amazement.
Hawaii for 2 weeks, they're leaving my 14-year-old grandson with me.
Oh, Blanche, that's wonderful news. Well, you shouldn't be upset.
No, I should be upset. How am I supposed to study for my French final with a 14-year-old in the house? It's hard enough with an 80-year-old. You bought you a new handbag to replace the one that you ruined at the drugstore.
Oh, thank God. The other one shrank down to the size of a change purse. Wait a minute. What's the catch?
Ma, there's no catch. I just realized I like taking care of it. Blanche, what do you say?
I say go and have a good time.
Oh, thank you.
Blanche, that was sweet of you. Well, Dorothy's a good friend. Besides, who knows? Maybe this guy will turn out to be cute. Extra innings. And his delivery.
All right,
Yeah, we get it. So what was he like in bed?
No, forget it. It's too dangerous.
Nobody could break the case wide open.
But no.
Wait, but what is this about? What are you talking about?
We're trying to figure out a way to plant a bug in their house.
Shut up, Bobby. Come on, it's not their job.
I know we're not getting Zip on the phone. They're too smart. If we want to get an arrest warrant, we got to plant a bug.
I'll do it. I'll be the plant.
You are a plant. Rose, her hair will fall out. Her heart will stop. Her eyes will burn like 1,000 red-hot suns.
Mom, why do you keep playing this game if you hate her so much?
To relax.
It's like I'm wearing a sign.
I want everybody out of this room. I'm clearing it till the police get here. And nobody leaves the hotel, especially you. As of now, you're the only suspect.
Rose, you're just incredible on Miami Vice trivia. I've never met anyone so smart.
Ed, for a policeman, you've led a very sheltered life.
Come on, everybody, we're going home.
I just put popcorn in the microwave.
Listen, Ed, I'm sorry. You're a nice guy, but I have to go.
Honey, are you all right?
I'll be fine. Is this about Arnie?
No, Blanche. She's upset because they keep changing the taste of Coke. Start over. Yeah, right. You're starting over because you've lost all of your
Constraint, my ties. I feel like now I can begin to live again. I can do anything. I can even do what is it you do again, Dorothy?
I'm a substitute teacher.
Oh, no, I'd be a real teacher.
That's right. Well, it's true. Now, I learned that during my sorority years when I was dating Mr. Preston Bougainvillea. Lord, the teasing that boy put up with.
Because of his name.
No, because of his ears. He had these long, floppy ears. Kind of like a bat.
And I'm Blanche. Can I interest you in some arts and crafts?
This really bites.
Norman, what would you like to do?
Well, I like Army Men.
Oh, there was a colonel here on Tuesday, but he had to go back to the base.
Blanche, I think he means those little guys with the helmets.
Oh, me.
Good morning. Blanche, I'm giving you 30 days notice.
What?
I don't want to live under this roof anymore. I'm moving.
Don't give it a second thought.
Good morning, lady.
Well, good morning, Miles. How was the bird watching?
Oh, Blanche, it was thrilling. Have you ever seen
Oh, you're up.
Rose?
Why, many times that first time. Many times. You did? You didn't?
No. Oh, it was nice. I mean, being near Charlie was nice. But it was 5 years before I knew what made your eyes go back in your head.
Make it fast. 10 words or less.
All right, but your curiosity is going to be so piqued you'll beg for more.
Just spit it out, Rose. When was it a man refused to sleep with you?
The time I was radioactive.
How about you, Sophia?
Well, there was that time when...
Hi, Mom. Mom, this...
Don't tell me it's Dennis. Oh, my God, he's beautiful.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, flowers. Oh, my. You know, your father used to bring me tulips and go.
What is it? I heard screams. What's happening?
No, nothing. Everything's fine, Blanche.
We never should have watched Psycho. For 25 years, I have avoided that picture. Even when Stan invited me to the Roxy instead of over to his mother's house for dinner. And it turned...
Whatever happened to her?
She colonized life on Venus. Rose, she was 94 when I was 6. She died, you idiot.
Hey, this is unheard of. We're halfway through the cheesecake and we haven't solved our problem.
Maybe we can solve it. Maybe Ma's doing the right thing by leaving.
Your brother is such a yutz. I just got off the phone with him, and he had the nerve to ask me what I'm making for dinner tomorrow night.
Do we have any orange juice left?
No, we're all out.
Oh, I don't know a Thor Anderson in St. Louis. But he certainly knew me. Boy, it's finally beginning to happen. I'm getting old and forgetting things. Forgetting people who, at one time, were important to me.
Don't be ridiculous. You're as mentally fit as you ever were. We all are.
I'm making omelets for us without yolks so we don't get too much cholesterol. And that leaves us all these yolks, which I hate to throw out, so I thought we'd give them to the homeless.
Fine. Give them egg yolks. They'll die of heart attacks. They won't eat homes.
Four-time champion? How? This woman is an idiot.
Oh, really? She didn't get knocked up in high school. And
So anxious about meeting this guy that Kate's bringing.
Do you think it's serious?
Well, they've been together now for 6 months. It's the longest she's been interested in any man since Paul McCartney.
Kate dated Paul McCartney?
Yes, Rose. They wanted to get engaged, but I insisted that...
Oh, here you are. All right, Rose, I have something to say to you now, and I want you to pay attention. Listen to me, honey.
Blanche, I'm sorry.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry, too.
Oh, no, but I'm really sorry.
Girls, I am so sorry.
No, we're the ones that are... Oh, I didn't try. I don't want to risk cracking a nail.
What are these, claws?
Well, I figured you wouldn't mind, seeing as how you work with your hands all day.
I'm a teacher. I grade papers. I don't shuck oysters.
I'm going next door to Frida Goodson's. We're having a club meeting.
I didn't know...
Well, she jerked us around. Let's jerk her right back. Let's see. Why don't we make her think that you and I are going to get married?
Married? You and I? Oh, I have to admit, there's a certain genius to it.
Are you kidding? A Brooklyn Eye of
Award, so I suggested they take them.
Blanche, both Rose and I told you not to interfere with their social lives.
I know it. I just thought it might be fun for them.
Oh, being set up on a date is never fun.
In Sicily, everything is set up. Dates, marriage, death, especially death. That's why whenever I go into a restaurant...
Oh, yeah, do you think it's easy to be cheerful around you two? You know how many of these stinking hot toddies I have to drink to keep on a happy face? Well, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not speaking to either of them. And I'm not speaking to you either.
Me neither, to either of you.
Bye.
Dorothy, do you want her to go?
Well, of course not. It's breaking my heart.
Well, then I, for one, am not going to let her go without a fight.
Me neither. Sophia's like a mother to us all. It just wouldn't be the same without her.
But if she wants to live with Gloria, she has every right to do it, and we have no right to make her feel guilty about it. Okay, what if nobody asked me to dance?
Now, Dorothy, think. If there's somebody out there who is willing to dance with the corpse, there's somebody willing to dance with you.
Blanche, wait. Listen, I think maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Nonsense! I promise you're going to have fine.
The doctor says you're going to be just fine.
Of course I am. I survived war, disease, and 2 seasons of designing women.
Hello, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. We just stopped by on our way to work to check on you.
I don't think my mother was planning on using the suntan lotion on the chicken. What do you mean you've made that mistake before?
President Bush is coming to dedicate the new senior citizen center down the street. The motorcade goes right by here.
So?
So, all the neighbors on the block will be out on their lawns. It'll be 100 degrees out. The guy from the ad will be here any second. How do I look?
Ma, you forgot to zip up your dress.
I didn't forget. He's probably got arthritis. Why make it any harder? That's him.
Oh, it's been a wonderful afternoon, Patrick.
It's been a wonderful week, Blanche.
Oh, Patrick, our relationship's just so special, I don't think I can keep it a secret any longer.
Well, it's hard on me too, Blanche. But when the time is right, I'll rent a plane and write it in the sky.
Oh, Patrick, sit down.
Look, you're all confused and upset about this house business. There's only one thing you can do.
Well, what is that, Sophia?
Take the advice of a wise old Sicilian.
You, Sophia?
No, Charlie Callis. Many years ago, my father...
You got yourself mixed up with a real hustler. Sorry.
Well, you won't be needing me today.
Blanche, do you want to read the note? Do you want me to read it to you? Shut up and put your hair on.
Yes, dear. Wendell, if I may call you Wendell, did I mention the fact that I'm a member of the Rainbow Coalition?
Mr. and Mrs. Bornak, May I remind you that as an employee of the Internal Revenue Service, it is my sole obligation to see that the government gets all the money.
Really? Now, how would it look if they thought I was charging my own family rent?
Honest.
Don't you ever get a nosebleed from taking the high road all the time? Oh, this is such an upsetting day.
For both of us.
Why, what's wrong with you?
Oh, I ran into an old So happens I'm having dinner with Dr. Lee Kagan, a medical corporation.
Our Dr. Kagan. The Dr. Lee Kagan I love more than life itself.
Dr. Kagan? Hubba, hubba, zing, zing, baby, he's got everything.
That was very odd.
If I increase my steroids by 100 milligrams, I can sing just like Barbara.
Amazing that 3 people could accumulate so much stuff.
Will you look at this? I got this doll on my 10th birthday. Oh, I can't believe I've kept her all these years. Her hair's falling out, her clothes are all worn. She smells of mothballs.
Hey, I may not be Aunt Margaret, but I'm still your mother.
Sit down. Hold me.
Vocation also, he said, but his eyes told me he was dedicated to me. Now, we both knew it was wrong, and we fought our feelings with every bone in our hot, long, and writhing bodies. But finally, it was just too much for us, and we gave up and checked into a Best Western. Property at the time.
Don't listen to Blanche.
All right, it was his bathtub, and we were blowing suds off of each other when she walked in.
Blanche, what is the point of this story?
Point? Oh, there's no point. I just like telling it.
You look like George Kirby.
No. Wait. It's time that John Noretti learned a lesson. That I am not that same little girl whose head can be turned by a pair of beautiful eyes and a killer smile.
Let me ask you something. What is your idea of a friend?
Well, a friend is someone who likes you and respects you and is willing to do things for you.
So if I was your friend, you'd be willing to do things for me and respect my wishes?
Of course I'd have to.
Well, I've asked you to leave me alone and you haven't. I mean...
Calm down, everybody. How did this happen?
I remember. That moron made us promise we'd have our heads frozen and meet 100 years later.
And we did it?
Stick around a while.
Get rid of him.
I think he's coming down with the flu.
Who cares?
Don't explain, Rose. I used to live with a couple of bitches myself.
And it happened during a big rainstorm.
Rain?
Yeah. Which caused a mighty flood that covered all the land.
Oh, come on. Blanche, nobody in his right mind is going to believe this story.
This is going to St. Olaf.
Which caused a mighty flood. Honey, why don't you stay here? You can share my room. It's certainly easier than arguing with her, right? I'd like you to meet my two dearest friends. This is Rose and Blanche.
Hello.
My sister, Gloria.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, Gloria, Sophia's told us so much about you. I just forgot.
Well, that's why when he called today, I invited him myself, and he says he's looking forward to coming.
Well, you should have still asked me first.
Oh, you're right, honey, but he's on his way over. We made a terrific dinner, so why don't you just relax and enjoy a lovely evening?
Well, you don't understand. Jonathan is a very special person. I don't want you doing or saying anything that would embarrass him.
Thank you, Ma. She's lost it.
Something must have happened to the tractor, because there he was. This lone little mayonnaise jar. Dragging this giant tuna up the hill past the reviewing stand. I don't think I've ever been prouder in my life.
So that's it. You're willing to give us the Donatello triplets if we put your new boyfriend in the show.
That's blackmail.
That's show business.
Hi, girls. How's everything going?
Awful. Kent Ferguson canceled. We don't have an MC for the talent show.
We don't even have time. Maybe you shouldn't be with strangers right now. You should be with family and friends. You know, people you know. You know, you're right. That would help. Right now, my life feels like one frightening, gaping maw ready to consume me. Did you ever feel like that? Every day.
So tomorrow I'm just going to have to stop this lying and tell the truth, no matter how much it might hurt all of us. Dorothy, I want you to know that having friends like you really helps me get through times like
Well, I thought you said it was all over between you two.
Well, I thought it was, but she came to the hospital as soon as she heard.
Oh, so you're going to let one little gesture of goodwill end our relationship?
Well, she was here when I needed someone the most, and I realized how much we still mean to each other.
I'm very happy for you.
I love you, pussycat.
This is more moving than Susan Hayward's climactic speech, and I want to live.
You're ready to fly them, they just don't get the message.
Oh, Blanche is so right, Dorothy. That was exactly the problem I had with Eddie Parker. He was this real sweet guy who was crazy about me, but I just didn't feel the same way about him. You see, when Charlie went off to war, I went to work for our local U.S. Talking to you.
Dorothy, I spoke to your Aunt Regina in Sicily this morning to tell her about the wedding. She told me I'm in for some very bad luck unless I have the blessing of my eldest daughter or my child with the most facial hair. Either way, all arrows point to you.
Malcolm!
Dorothy, I hope you don't mind me dropping by, but, well, I got an advance copy of the book review, and I thought you'd like to see our article in print.
Are you kidding? Oh, let me read it. 19th century...
I decided...
Wait, just a minute. They would fight over who got to keep the footprints you left in the mud?
It was a poor village, Dorothy. What did you want them to collect? Fabergé eggs? Anyway, I was too vain to be the second most beautiful girl.
And then finally it came time for the night of the recital. And there were 13 little girls up there with our little Shirley Temple curls and our little starched white pinafores and our little Mary Jane shoes. And then they opened the curtain and the music started and 12 little girls started to dance.
Cars, they're unreliable.
Blanche drives a Buick.
So I'm from Sicily. To me, a Buick is a foreign car.
Oh, but I haven't told you my wonderful news. My mother-in-law died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not.
No.
And it's finally happened. I cannot believe it. I have lost it, haven't I?
In more back seats than any woman I know.
Ma, you're not feeling any better, are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
But you look terrible.
Gee, I guess I won't be making in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
For you, who's exhausted. Maestro, how about something with a little octane?
Okay, little lady. All right, boys, take it away. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Up. Time for Dreyfus to go home.
Now, see, that wasn't so bad, was it, Dorothy?
No, you're right. You know, actually, he was very little trouble.
Yeah, no trouble at all. Now, come on, Dreyfus, let's go. Yo, Dreyfus, It's checkout time.
Sophia, I came to get you.
Forget it. You kissed this pleasure palace goodbye when you stole that money.
Come on, get ready. You're going with me. I've got a brand new Harley Davidson out in the driveway.
I didn't know you could ride a motorcycle.
Can't. I pushed it.
Tomorrow, I am going to a scalper, and I'm going to buy 4 tickets.
You better make that 3. My final exam is that night.
Oh, honey, it's too bad.
Oh, well, what difference does it make? My social life's gone down the drain anyway. All I ever do is study. You know, it cannot be good for you. It's unnatural. It's unhealthy. It's unlucky.
Giving a veteran his last wish and making some dough.
I guess they can stay.
Thank you, Rose. Here, take this out there. Make sure they pay.
Oh, I don't think it's right to charge them.
Neither do I, but he hates pity.
I understand.
It's beautiful. I never saw a more perfect piece of fruit.
No? Then try kissing my behind. It's a real peach. Sophia. Gloria never sits home on a Friday night, and she's a widow. Every time I talk to her, she's going out with another guy.
Ma, she calls you 3 times a year.
She's very busy. I'm thrilled she finally found the time for a visit.
Ma, why do you always make excuses for her?
I don't make excuses for any of my children. Except Phil.
From rehearsal? Oh, how is she, Dorothy?
Oh, no, the doctor says she's fine. She's just a little shaken up. But right now, rest is the best thing for her.
She's a tough old broad.
Well, I knew she'd be okay. Something similar happened to me back in St. Olaf. I was injured during a spirited game of Go-Wackanoggin.
Going to act. I've given some of my best performances on the stage.
And what about this little lady? I bet her daddy is very proud of her.
Oh, she doesn't have a daddy, do you, sweetheart?
Really? Well, she has a very talented mother.
How do you know?
I just saw her act.
Oh. She took that playwriting course.
She turned Mary Had a Little Lamb into a musical.
Don't laugh. Blanche was terrific as Mary. And I made a pretty good lamb, even though my knees were killing me for weeks. The doctor's performance stole the show.
Come on, I mean, how could you not with material like that?
I don't. Just talk to him.
Hello? Uh-huh. 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 Okay, goodbye. We're back together.
You know, sometimes when you're really talk things out like that, you can solve it.
I can't thank you ladies enough. We're so much in love. Ramon can't even wait until tomorrow.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
We're eloping to Las Vegas.
You're right.
He's booking the flight right now.
Oh, congratulations, darling.
Congratulations. Cool as a cucumber, thank God.
Ma, you woke me up.
It's time to take your medicine anyway.
I just took my...
Dorothy.
Oh, hi, Ma.
Listen to this. If I were truly free, O fire of my loins, I'd take you to a paradise in the sun where we could lie naked, bronze body against...
Well, at least I'm not bitter.
I always assumed I'd be kept by a younger man.
It's not too late. They get younger every day.
Alone. Yeah, but we could... Hi, Ma. Hey, how'd you like to have... Oh, come
Come on, Ma, that was 3-4 months ago.
You still haven't answered the question of how somebody else got into the room.
What if there was a knock at the door? Nesbitt might have assumed that it was the waiter with the champagne.
That is speculation.
One more point. The hotel security chief cordoned off the room. So the only people who saw the room...
Feet on the ground.
I gotta hand it to you, Blanche. You handled it better than I thought you would.
Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I'm not thrilled, but as long as they're in love and happy and I don't have to call her Mommy, I can live with it. Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. Go ahead, make your call.
We'll give you some privacy. We'll go in the other room.
Come on, Ma, let's go.
What do you think she's gonna do?
I think she's gonna sell. It's just too much money.
Oh, no, Blanche is too sentimental. I think she's gonna stay.
What do you think, Ma? Ma!
Quiet.
Oh, you're right. There's an icicle forming on the nose of my bunny slippers. There, that's not so bad.
Get your bunny nose out of my butt.
Mental problem. The fact is, when you take an animal out of its natural environment, it's not uncommon for it to have a hard time adjusting to new surroundings.
Are you trying to tell us that that pig is dying of homesickness?
In a way, yes. My recommendation is to get him back to the farm. Once he's home, he should do a lot better.
Thank you.
Mother and a friend.
No, she wasn't, Blanche. Honey, you're still a mother. And even though your kids are grown up and act like they don't need you, they do.
I'm not so sure about that, Dorothy.
You're absolutely right, Dorothy. And I'll tell you something else. A mother sometimes needs her children even more. Killed your father. Dorothy? Dorothy! She's out cold. The fever takes a lot out of you.
Come on, Sophia, help me get her into the bedroom.
I think she's comfortable here.
Oh, all right. I'll just prop her up a little. Mike's...
I said I'm a bubblehead and I deserve to die.
And it was worth repeating.
Dorothy, I just got off the phone with my girlfriend Gladys. She thinks she can do better than Blanche.
I agree, but Ma, if it's all right with you, I have a lot. Thank you for all your support.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dorothy. It's just Lucy doesn't know that that's really Fred dressed up as a burglar.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was more important.
साड़ी सोबत मामी मिरासू मना माय बापुले समजाडिले सू दिले बनाड तुम्हारी परी दिले बनाड तुम्हारी परी त्याला लगन अमन कर